Happy Sunday, everybody. I am back. Do a Sunday night reading. How was your week? We are just coming off of a full moon. It's a lunar eclipse, so it's not just any full moon. We are also ending a sequence of 3 eclipses. We've had 3 eclipses in the last month, so this last month has felt especially challenging. There's a reason, probably more than one. These eclipses are asking us to step up. If not this one in particular, then one of the other 2 probably did ask us to step up into our next level of work. And it's not always an easy or fun thing to be doing. So, welcome back. You made it. Congratulations. Happy July 4th. It's a day of freedom for some. And I like to use it to see where I can create more of my own freedom and stand for the freedom of those who still have their rights challenged, held back. So, thank you for joining me on another Sunday, second Sunday. I am very excited to announce my first giveaway. It is this gorgeous palm stone that is rose quartz. Rose quartz is the stone, the crystal for love. It isn't just romantic love, but it can help with that. What I find that it is really pure, really warm. It's like the heart of Gaia. Very all-encompassing, gentle and strong at the same time. And it's a great stone for beginners. It's a great stone for children, for people who are extremely sensitive. It's something that you can learn to feel the vibration of without it necessarily smacking you in the face. This is also a stone that you can put in your bathtub if you have a good enough chunk. This is a good sized chunk. If you have a good enough chunk, you can put it in your bathtub to help enhance your bath time. Set an intention with it, specifically for love. Some stones have talents. This stone's talent is love. I would probably recommend self-love. That's an area that a lot of us are blocked in. It's an area that a lot of us want to look out there for rather than start here. Still learning, always learning to start here and then reach out. So, what this is, you'll notice it has this lovely little keyword of wealth on the back in English. And then it's also on the front in Hebrew. So, you will also hear these called worry stones. I don't necessarily like that term. I don't need to be reinforcing my capacity or my talent for worrying. What I like to do is sit this on my altar and have it be my intention. And for whoever wins this, I will cleanse it. I'm going to bless it for you. I'm going to send it to you. This is entirely my gift from me to you as thanks for being here. And not only for being here, like watching this video, entertaining me, like thank you, but also thank you for being here on Earth during this time. You chose to be here for 2020, and that says something about you and what you signed up for. You signed up for a very special job, and you're here doing it. So, thank you. And I would love to give this to you. To qualify to win, what I would like for you to do, comment, share if you like. You'll get an extra point if you share my video, and let me know what you got out of it, okay? I am so excited to send this along to somebody. We'll see who it is that gets it. I will let Spirit lead me on that. Once again, thank you all for being here. Let's get started. I've got some lovely fire. You can probably see the smoke coming up from the incense. I've got incense burning. It kind of helps set the sacred space. What I'd like for you to do is breathe in. Close your eyes. Close your eyes first. You don't need to see what's going on right now. Just inhale deep into your belly, close your eyes. Bringing your awareness, like I said, all the way down 2 inches beneath that belly button. So big you can feel your ribs expanding, and then down into your lower core and exhale, letting it all go. Inhale one more time, pulling those lungs apart, bringing so much air into your system, feeding your system with every cell of oxygen you breathe in. And exhale, pulling it all the way from your fingertips and your toes. Exhale. Looking forward into your week, I want you to look forward. What events do you have scheduled? Who are you going to be seeing? What loved ones are you going to be reaching out to? What do you want to have happen in your relationships? You can make this some big, like, miracle thing. What I would recommend is have it be some little thing. Whether you want to see repeating numbers, or whether you want to find a feather that's a certain color, or if you want, as a sign from spirit or source, to have a special keyword that you choose that comes across in conversation from somebody else to you. Choose that now. Listen. Let that first word that comes into your awareness, listen for that this week. Have it be something that gives you a good feeling inside. Whether it be something like joy or love or laughter. And let that be something that you bring to your interactions this week too. I'm choosing celebration. It's my son's 7th birthday this week. So we have a pretty busy week ahead of us, and then my birthday is the following week. So some celebrating is in order, and I need to give myself permission. So that's what this week is for. Shall we get started? You've got your keyword? First deck I have this week, one of my favorite people. Her name is Colette Baron Reed. It's the Crystal Spirit. There's a couple of different ways you can use this deck. I am actually going to set this aside and let it be a clarifier, amplifier for what we actually find coming from this next deck, for what our theme, what our focus, what our intention can be for next week. Now, this is the Isis Oracle. The art in here is so beautiful. If you're at all into Egyptian mythology, I would highly recommend this, that or any sort of goddess work. This is one that can definitely enhance your connection and enhance your practice. It's Alana Fairchild. I think last week we did Sacred Rebels, which might have been hers. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. So you can get a little peek here. She's got some really brilliant, beautiful artwork. So, as we are sitting here, we're looking into the next 7 days. Let's look back at this last week. What do we have that we're grateful for? I'm grateful for the amount of work that got done here around the house. We've been doing some renovation work, and not major renovation. It's not like we're tearing down walls, but there's fresh paint going up. There's cleaning. We're constantly shedding these layers, and it's really funny because as these layers around the house get shed, it also seems like we're shedding emotional, mental layers that apparently correspond. Our garden is gorgeous. We've got a flower and herb garden and veggie garden. We're producing gorgeous tomatoes. I'm grateful for that as well. And I'm grateful that I'm able to start this YouTube channel and just reach out to all you wonderful souls that show up. Thank you. And connect with you every week. So, here we are. Exhale, breathing in deep, and exhaling, saying a prayer of thanks for everything that happened last week, isn't it? Even if it is something that we're not particularly grateful for, there can be a lesson in what happens that maybe won't feel good, but it can shine light on the path that we are lead ahead. So for this next week, we're gonna draw 3 cards from this Isis Oracle right here. See what she has to say about our next week. It looks like we have some work to do. I know that's probably not surprising. Number 1. Number 2, not your favorite. But the really amazing thing is that when we put the consistent work, that's when we get the harvest, the fruits, the veggies, the fresh herbs that we can build. So with this kind of work, it might be like we are laying a groundwork for where we're going for the next 10 years. It might be that we're laying groundwork in relationships with people that we love and want to have a deeper connection with. Remember that as things get tough, because they will, whether it be this week or 6 weeks from now. Okay, so first card, Miracle of Isis. It's the miraculous healing of the goddess. You can see Isis here, giving healing to a warrior who's in need of it. I'm sure he has a name. I'm sure he's probably a god that I should know. So anyway, if you can kind of shut your brain down for a minute and see yourself as that warrior. You've been fighting for a while. 2020 has not been easy on anybody, and if you're still here, kudos to you. It means that you've done good work and there's more good work to be done. So I know you might be exhausted, you might be stressed, you might be crying. Your soul and your heart might be crying. Pardon me. So, this is saying let yourself rest. Find the meditation. A really great book is The Shamanic Mysteries of Egypt. Look for that, see if you can find the chapter with Isis. Connect with her. And let her share that healing with you. Or whatever it is that heals you. If it's dancing, if it's playing board games with loved ones, if it's swimming, if it's singing, karaoke with loved ones. Whatever it is that heals your soul and lets you let go of what seems so heavy in that moment. Art. Drinking amazing, clean, fresh water flavored with lemon, or eating a huge salad. Like, really find that stuff that makes you light up from the inside and feel like there's not a care in the world for what you're dealing with. Pursue that. Next one, kind of a big one. Soul retrieval. Deep soul healing. We're getting do we hear a common theme? Healing. You might ask what it means by soul retrieval. When we have painful events happen, it's called trauma. And that might be a term that you shy away from. I didn't have trauma. I grew up normal just like everybody else did. My parents were fine. They took care of me. Like, it was fine. It was all fine. Be that as it may, we all experience things differently. And when we experience things as children, we don't always see them the same way that the adults do. The adults in our lives can see these events and say, they were fine, I was right there. Like, there's no reason for them to think that they were lost, I was right there. But if you're a 5-year-old thinking you're lost in this sea of adults and you don't know where your mother is, your brain is going to latch onto that. It's going to make a story about it. It's going to really make sure that you learn the lesson, whatever your brain wants you to learn there. And that's trauma. When you imprint your brain with a negative story, it's trauma. And it's okay, because we all carry it. We all either carry it or we heal it. So this is a little nudge. Look for those old wounds. Look for those things that are still coming up and creating the emotional reactions, the emotional, it's almost like an emotional pinball machine where one thing sets off in another. Emotional dominoes. You have a whole domino track laid out, and when that one thing happens, then it's okay to react emotionally the way that you're wired to. And often it's not wired in a way to support you, it's wired to protect you from like being eaten by a dinosaur, but it looks like being abandoned. And it's okay. You're not gonna die. There's a lot of things that we don't die from that we used to die from. But the pain, the emotional pain, can be so strong that our brain thinks that we're gonna die. And so it will do anything to protect us, and it comes up with the most absurd, the most basic ways to keep us from feeling that pain again, right? It wants to be efficient. And unfortunately, the easiest way to not feel that pain is to not be in relationship, to not be connected, to not be vulnerable. Because if you're vulnerable, you're only going to be opening yourself up to more attack. And why would you do that? We can't be eaten by a dinosaur called abandonment. And it's okay. When that happens, when our brain learns that abandonment hurts like it does, and we resolve to never feel that pain again, there's a piece of us that stays back there. There's a piece of our soul that stays in that story and it stays stuck there. And there's people that do this work to meditate. It induces a meditative state with you and guides you through doing the work of retrieving that soul piece and bringing it forward to you, so that you don't have to keep repeating the same emotional reactions from that same state. It's a lot like magic. So if any of that rings true to you, like there may be some soul pieces that need some work, need to be brought back in. It's amazing work, by the way. It can help you feel more whole and complete than you have felt in decades, depending on what happened when. So there are practitioners. Look for either shamanic practitioners, make sure that they are people you trust, whether they be friend of a friend or you have a soul resonance. There's a lot of people out there doing spiritual work that have no business doing spiritual work, and they're only doing it to prey upon other people, whether it be for energy or money or whatever kick they get out of it. So make sure to protect yourself. But if you can get this work done, it'll move you farther along your path than you are right now and make things easier. So why not? Last and not least, third one. Stay true. Be in your power. This is Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. So I did this challenge last week, just before last week. Tony Robbins did his first virtual free coaching session, 7 days. So much value there. I'm a huge believer in personal development and taking responsibility for who you are as a person and moving yourself forward towards who you want to be as a person, who lights you up when you think about, oh, being that person. So that's why I did that. Anyway, on the side, what I took from it, there he has this amazing tool where he talks about connecting with your sovereign. And by that I mean that royalty inside of you. It's an archetype. It is, what would they have, like if April, hi, me. If I was a queen, what would I have to say to myself? What advice would I give to myself about this certain situation? That I wouldn't lose my power, whether it be to victimhood or any other story that my brain might be addicted to. So that I can actually stay in my power. And that way, there's no soul loss. There's no trauma happening because I'm not giving anything away. I've got my boundaries clearly defined in my relationships. I'm giving where it's safe to give. I'm receiving where it's safe to receive. And the boundaries are supporting that. Watch for where that is for you. We can do as much boundary work as it seems like we can do so much, and then there's other areas of life where we can take it, whether it be from relationships to career to children. Those are always moving. It's a joy. So, next we've got the crystal spirit. This, I'm just going to do one from here. Crystal spirit, I will let it be a couple of things here. If this is a crystal that you have in your personal collection, or I have in my personal collection, what I will do is I'll take a picture of it and I'll share it so that you all can work with it. Or if you have it in your personal collection, you can work with it this week. I can always take a picture of the card and I'll share it on my Instagram. Crystals are amazing in that they help amplify what our intention is. I had low battery, so that was my warning. Hi, I'm back. Never went anywhere. They can help you really get in tune with the energy, the intention that you're looking to manifest. So. This is beautiful. This is malachite. If you can notice, beautiful strings of, you have the striations of green. Malachite is one of the only ones that has that very deep emerald green color to it that has the black with it. And if you notice, on the left-hand side of the card, look real close. There's a profile. Malachite has a very specific energy that's carried. Want to guess? Yes, it's healing, but for a very specific group. I find it very fitting. So, malachite is for the divine feminine, anybody feminine, which we all carry feminine energy. So you could say it's for our feminine aspects. Help with all of the wounded feminine traits that we carry, which, yes, can play into that people pleasing where we don't have the boundaries and need to work on staying in our power, where we will release our power, submit it, just to maybe get it back a little later on a different playing level. Manipulation is what that's called. Soul retrieval. It'll also help with that. Miracle healing. You better believe Isis pulls in some malachite for that. Now, please don't ingest malachite. Don't put it into any mucous membranes, including your eyes. It's poisonous. But it can absolutely be worked with in meditation. You can carry it in your pocket, wherever. This is a beautiful, gorgeous stone. I'll make sure to share a picture of it. It easily be found. And the other thing is it's a number 7. It's a really great number for staying in your magic. Remembering that, yeah, I am 100% human with all that entails. I've got all of my mental capacity. in all of those breakdowns as well. I've got the emotional capacity in those breakdowns. I also have a soul that's 100% divine. And if I can remember to bring that magic when the emotional or mental breakdowns show up, it's gonna help things flow. So, stay in your magic. Best of wishes to everyone this week. Do remember, I've got this giveaway. So, like, comment, share. Every one of those that you do will get you a point. And leave a comment, let me know what you got out of this week and how I might support you in upcoming readings and what you might want to see. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I love meeting you on my iPhone every week. And if this is your first time coming in and saying hi, hello, please come introduce yourself. I would love to say hi to you again soon. Bye-bye.